Hello, everybody, and welcome to our daily podcast. Today, we're diving into a very controversial topic. We're living in an era that we are surrounded by technology, from smartphones to iPads to computers. All these devices have become a central part of our daily lives. Sometimes we open our phones thinking we're only going to spend 10 minutes online, but we open our favorite social media and end up scrolling for hours, missing every single thing that we should probably be doing. Teenagers and young adults often spend a significant amount of time stressed about posting videos and engaging with other content creators. We develop something called interpersonal relationships, and this is with people online that we don't actually know. But since they're constantly sharing their lives, we feel like we know them. We feel like we know what they like and what they don't like, and we even consider them friends sometimes. And this begins to shape our identity. And at the same time, this constant need for validation and comparison creates a communication tension between connection and privacy, which has also changed the way we interact in our daily lives. As a result of this has also increased the anxiety levels and that feeling of loneliness that young adults and teenagers are experiencing right now. Think about it. We rely on our phones for almost everything. Whether it's just checking the weather to see what outfit you're gonna wear, whether it's just setting an alarm to make sure you don't fall asleep for school, or playing music, for taking pictures, our daily routine are deeply connected to our screens. On top of that, social media has become an essential part of how we interact. It's no longer just a tool to communicate with friends and family. It has evolved into something much bigger than that. For many of us, it has even reached a point where it's an addiction. We cannot do anything without our phones, and whenever we don't have our phone close to us, it's weird. We need it. In this episode, we want to analyze TikTok a little deeper, a social media platform that grew very drastically during the pandemic, when people were isolated and needed that sense of connection. This app changed the way people communicate and build relationships. It has transformed how we share our identities, how we express our emotions, and how we connect with others online. On this platform, we develop a version of ourselves that we often modify, that is not real, because we want to get those likes, we want to get that engagement, we want to go viral. Even when we see people trying to be their most authentic selves, it's really not that accurate. If you are posting a video, it's very likely that they edited, or that they added a filter, or that they present themselves in a certain way. This connects to the idea of self-presentation, where individuals carefully manage how they're going to be perceived by others. On TikTok, users are constantly shaping their image to fit the expectation or the trend. We also develop connections and relationships with influencers, artists, or even strangers because, I don't know, they commented on our video and we kept engaging with them. Through visuals, trends, and short videos, we're constantly consuming information that is shown on our For You page. This is personalized because TikTok, the algorithm, whenever you like something that you like something, the platform is going to keep showing you this. Because of this, TikTok transformed interpersonal communication by influencing identity, self-expression, and online relationships. We want to understand how the social penetration theory plays a big role on this platform. It probably plays a bigger role than you think. This was developed by Irwin Altman and Dalmas Taylor. And this theory explained that relationships grow through self-disclosure, meaning that we slowly share more personal information as we get to know someone. This is often represented as the onion model, where relationships move from a superficial layer to a more deep and personal, and this only happens over time. On TikTok, this process happens very fast and is very common. At first, creators share a super surface level content, like a silly trend that is happening and that is going viral, or a silly dance, or a short introduction about themselves. As they grow more comfortable, they begin to share their actual opinions about stuff, music, movies, their interests, and their personal preferences. And this helps them connect with their audience, which is very important when they want to grow because When you want to grow, you want to create some sort of community with the people that are watching. And over time, some creators even move into very deep levels of this self-disclosure by talking about their personal struggles, emotions, or real-life experiences. All of this often leads to what are called parasocial relationships, where peers feel emotionally connected to someone that they have never met or that they probably will never meet. Unlike traditional relationships, these are only one side, but still feel very meaningful. This shows how TikTok accelerates the stage of social penetration theory, allowing people to form emotional connections way faster than in face to face interactions. However, this also can be really weak because if the creators create something that is controversial or receive a lot of negative feedback, the audience might disagree with whatever they're saying and go unfollow their account, unlike whatever they like, blocked, and even hate that person forever. This highlights how online relationships can be really fragile compared to the in person ones. Now, I have a very special guest who agreed to answer some questions about her personal experience with this social media app.
Hi, my name is Apple, and I am so pleased to be here. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to have this interview with you.
Thank you so much for coming here. Would you be able to tell us a little bit about your trajectory? Like, how did you start social media? How did this like impacted your life?
So, I started doing social media a few years ago, um, not professionally, but just as a personal way of like posting my videos. So I usually post like dancing videos on TikTok and just funny videos like with my friends or something. If there's a trend going on, then I'll post that trend just for like having fun. And then one day, one of my videos got viral, like out of nowhere. I woke up overnight and then I was like, oh my gosh, this has like 100,000 views and 20,000 likes. I was like, dang, this is a lot of people. And then I just kept posting more trendy videos. I try to like follow the trends and the challenges that are on TikTok. It would be going like up and down, like my likes and views would go up. And then my next video would be like probably like 2,000 likes the next time, or maybe like 200. But as more as I get consistent, more people are like knowing my name, and so that's where everything kind of started.
Oh, that's incredible that you got so big just doing what you love. Do you think you act differently on TikTok compared to real life?
No, I don't think I act differently in real life compared to my TikTok, because my TikTok is me being comfortable with myself. And if I meet you for the first time, maybe you won't get that same vibe because I may not be comfortable with you as yet. But as soon as you get to know me, you'll be like, oh, yeah, that's the TikTok girl I know.
Oh, that's really nice that you keep your authentic self out there. Have you ever felt close to another creator that you never met? Like you kind of felt like you know someone without even knowing them? If that makes sense?
Yes, so on my viral video, my first viral video, it was with Nicki Minaj. Do you know that the trend where the high school trend where you put your balancing on one leg and then you're holding like a book, and you have like, she's in a heel, you have to wear heels with the challenge. And so Nicki Minaj actually recognized my video. Like, that was so amazing. She recognized it and she commented on it too, and then she reposted it as well. And I was like, oh my gosh, like she recognized me, like she knows me and I know her. Like, we are literally best friends right now.
That is amazing. Does TikTok ever make you feel pressure to look or act a certain way?
No, as long as I'm having fun in my TikToks, because I'm literally by myself making the TikTok. I'm at home, no one's watching me. Or like sometimes I would want to like make the video look presentable. and not post like crazy stuff out there, but that's just as far as it gets. No, I don't try to like change much about my TikToks.
Thank you so much. I'll definitely be following your TikTok account. And thank you for being here.
Of course. Thank you for having me here. I had so much fun talking about this.
The main communication tension on TikTok is the conflict between teenagers and the desire for public validation, and their need for private emotional well-being. This reflects dialect tension between openness and privacy, where individuals struggle to decide how much they want to share of their personal lives. Teenagers often post content to receive likes, comments, and basically approval from others, including people they don't know. This also connects to the social comparison theory, where individuals compare themselves to others to evaluate their own worth. On TikTok, this comparison often involves influencers or users who appear more attractive, successful, or popular. As a result, teenagers might overshare some personal information and expose themselves to be judged or to compromise their personal privacy, and this in order to maintain a social approval. TikTok has also been strongly linked to comparison culture. Many young people has lost a sense of belonging, trying to meet unrealistic standards. Research shows that a large percentage of teenagers feel the pressure to be perfect and experience emotional effects from social media, including anxiety, jealousy, dissatisfaction, and body image concerns. This exposure to idealized lifestyles can negatively impact their mental health. With TikTok influence, many teenagers have become more isolated, seeking validation through likes and shares rather than engaging in real life interactions. This creates a cycle of validation and comparison that can be really difficult to break, and that can affect their daily life and their overall well being. Even though this platform can have negative impacts, there are also healthy ways to approach it. Teenagers should be encouraged to use TikTok in a more positive way, not just as a tool for comparison, but as a space in which they can express their creativity, in which they can share their voice, in which they can connect with others in the most authentic way. Overall, this case teaches that social media platforms like TikTok are reshaping interpersonal communication in powerful ways. These platforms increase pressure for validation and encourage constant comparison, like we all know, which can negatively affect our identity and our mental health. But the most important takeaway for me is that social media is not just changing the way we communicate, but it is changing how we understand ourselves and others. So I challenge you that moving forward, the goal should not be just avoid platforms like TikTok and fully drastically stop using it. We'll learn how to use it with balance, with awareness, and intention, while still prioritizing real face-to-face relationship and meaningful connections. Thank you all for being here.